Karen, I am Mary. From today, I am your mother. Make sure you listen to me. I want you to be my daughter and live your life accordingly. First of all, we're going to have a parent-child meeting. I want you to show up at our house in the next 3 days. Our house meaning your father's house. You know where it is, right?
Excuse me? Who are you?
I'm your mother.
My mother died 2 years ago. I'm not interested in some kind of prank.
I'm not that mother. You know your father remarried, don't you?
That's news to me.
I'm the one who married your father. We had a beautiful wedding in Hawaii last week. We just got back from our honeymoon.
Oh.
After we enjoyed our honeymoon, I thought I'd do something nice to my new family, you know. I'm a kind and sensible wife, so I thought I'd give you, my husband's ex-wife's child, a nice life too.
I don't think a truly kind and sensible person would say that about herself. You don't seem to be able to communicate well, and I'm not interested in getting involved with your family, so goodbye.
I understand your confusion at this sudden turn of events. I get it. But don't worry, your biological mother has already passed away, so I, who married your biological father and became his wife, am automatically your mother. From now on, you can count on me like your real mother.
I don't want to.
What?
I just remembered. Aren't you Mary, the woman my father cheated on my mother with, who was the reason my parents divorced? I heard that when my father divorced my mother, he and the other woman broke up. That breakup was one of the conditions my mother offered in order to get divorced. So why are you married to my father?
Oh, you knew all that?
I never met you, but I knew the details of what had happened when things had settled down.
Well, I'm not going to hide anything from you, so I'll tell you. When I heard that your mother had passed away, I got back together with your father 6 months ago and we got married. I finally got the position of wife of the company president that I had always wanted. Since the person who made the offer is no longer with us, I'll do whatever I want.
I see. You're a prick, just like you used to be.
Huh?
I don't know which part of you is kind or sensible. I'm appalled to hear it. I don't consider you or my father family. I have no intention of getting along with you in the future. I don't want to get involved in your affairs, so please leave me alone. If you'll excuse me.
Well, wait a minute.
What do you want?
I'm not going to ask for your approval without offering you anything. You're single, aren't you? Poor thing. You must be so lonely. That's why I found you a wonderful husband.
What?
I'm telling you to show up at our house to meet your future husband. It seems you ran away from your parents' house after they divorced, but without your father's backing, you could only get an average boring man, right? That's why you're still single at your age, isn't it? Let me, the president's wife, solve that problem for you. I have a high income and a nice-looking man for you. You should be thankful.
No, thank you. Goodbye. Sis, can we chat right now? Something has happened. Karen? I'm on my lunch break, so we can chat. What's up? That scab dad married that scab Mary. What? I got a text from her today. She says she found out about mom's death and got back together with dad 6 months ago. And they got married a week ago. They went on their honeymoon and came back today. What? I guess that scab dad had my contact info on his phone, and that's how Mary found my number. Also, she said to me, your real mother has already passed away, and I married your biological father and became his wife, which automatically makes me your mother. From now on, you can depend on me like your real mother. Huh? Of course, I rejected her offer. These people are such pricks. I know, and you know, she was saying some weird stuff. Weird stuff? Something about finding me a husband with high income. What? What the hell? She wants me to come to her house in the next 3 days to meet the man. I should ignore her, right? Of course. Besides, there's no way you're getting married now. It must be some kind of harassment. I know, right? But she did say something that bothered me a little. She told me that she felt sorry for me for being single at my age. Maybe it's not me the scumbag is talking about. That's possible. I'm curious too. I'll look into it. Karen, why don't you block the scumbag? She's annoying, right? But I'm afraid of blocking her and not knowing what she'll do. I think I'll just leave it like this and see what happens.
Okay, either way, you're just gonna ignore what Scumbag says.
Karen, you don't want to come to the face-to-face meeting, do you? That's fine with me. I've already arranged your marriage. All you have to do is show up at the wedding venue on the day and everything will be set. This is my gift to you as your new mother. Take it gratefully. The first Sunday of next month is the wedding day, so be at the Starlight Hotel by 7 a.m. I will arrange the dress and the wedding venue on my end. It's a small ceremony for the two families only, but please don't be rude on the groom's family. You do realize that this is unacceptable? I could just barely tolerate you not coming to the wedding, but how dare you not come to the wedding? You do understand that without the bride, there can be no wedding, right? The groom and his family are already here. The wedding is about to start. What are you doing? Come to the wedding hall right now. Not only did you not show up at the designated time, you didn't even call me at all. Are you trying to disgrace me?
What? I'm not getting married.
Huh? What are you playing games with me? I've told you before. Don't you feel sorry for the groom?
You're still talking about that?
Of course I am. You're getting married today.
I don't have a boyfriend and I have no plans to get married.
You're getting married to someone your mother, decided for you.
Huh?
The man you're marrying to is 45 years old, but his family is very wealthy, so you'll be rich.
45 years old?
You may feel the age difference now, but after a certain number of years, you won't mind so much. And his face doesn't look that old for a 45-year-old. He doesn't even have a tan, and his skin is so beautiful that I envy him.
You've got to be kidding me.
Oh no, I'm serious. I even have the marriage certificate ready.
If you're serious, please stop it.
Hey, Karen, listen to your mother.
What? Who says you're my mother?
I told you the other day. Now that your real mother has passed away, I, who married your real father, am automatically your mother.
Are you joking?
You're the one who's joking. Enough of this stubbornness. Accept it. I also told you that this marriage is a gift from me to you. If you don't have the backing, you'll never have the chance to marry a wealthy man. I found you a husband, and I'm going to give you the happiness of being a rich wife, you know. It's not polite to lash out at me like that, even if we weren't related as mother and daughter.
You scumbag.
Huh?
Don't act like you're my mother. You're a nuisance.
Scumbag?
You took advantage of my mother's death to get back together with my father. I don't want to be told about politeness by the rudest person like you. No one can be my mother other than my real mother.
That's nonsense. I've already decided who you're going to marry to. Now get your butt to the wedding. You're at an age where you're going to be an old hag anyway, and I'm pretty sure you're going to be rich when you marry this man. So it's really not that bad for you.
That's not the point. I'm not old enough to get married yet.
Huh?
Goodbye.
Don't talk nonsense. Oh well, I'm coming to pick you up now.
Sis, the scumbag lady seems to be trying to start the wedding on her own. And the husband she says she found for me is a 45-year-old man. That's too much.
He's a 45-year-old man and he's a very complicated guy.
Did you find out anything on your side too?
Yup, I got in touch with a lawyer who helped Mom with a divorce. She knew Mom and Dad from when they were young, so I thought she might know about current Dad's situation. And my guess was right, she knew stuff. Now I have some idea of what's going on.
Tell me.
When I told her about the wedding, the first words out of her mouth were, "Oh, I thought today was the oldest daughter's wedding." That's what she said.
You mean your wedding, not mine?
Yeah.
I knew it. I thought Mary was estimating my age as quite high. She must have been mistaking me for the oldest daughter.
Well, I'm only 29 either, you know. I think it's too early for that old hag to be messing with me about my age.
I know, right? Anyway, didn't Dad think it was strange?
He's been on an overseas business trip for the past 5 months. The marriage proposal was brought up a month after that. It seems that Mary was in charge of the wedding and other arrangements. And by the way, Dad was supposed to attend the wedding today, but he got seriously injured on his business trip and had to cancel his attendance.
Things are so chaotic.
And then,
Oh, wait a minute. I just got a text from this scumbag.
Wow, seriously?
If there's anything else you are going to tell me, just keep typing and send it to me. I'll let her know if I need to.
Okay, I'll let you know.
I'm here to pick you up. Now get ready and come to the wedding. Remember, even though it's a small ceremony, you're keeping everyone waiting. Don't be selfish and accept the marriage.
Pick me up? Where are you picking me up from?
At your apartment in Avalon Town? Of course. Open the door.
That's the apartment my older sister and I used to live in. No mistake, but we've already moved out.
What? Your older sister? You're the eldest of 2 sisters, right?
No, I'm Karen, the second eldest.
Huh? Isn't the first daughter Karen and the second daughter Sarah?
It's the other way around. The eldest is Sarah and I'm the second daughter, Karen.
You mean I remembered it wrong?
Did you get our names from my father?
Huh? Well, now that you mention it, when my husband talked about his daughters, he would say my eldest daughter, blah blah blah, my second daughter, blah blah blah, so I don't think I've ever heard the names directly from him.
So I guess there must have been some kind of misunderstanding or assumptions. Well, I'm sure you got my number by snooping on my father's cell phone or some such devious means. I guess there was no one to correct your mistake.
What a surprise! Then, call your old sister Sarah right now. Your sister is a lonely old single woman too, isn't she? I heard that after your parents divorced, you 2 sisters cheekily disobeyed your father and left home. How can such a cheeky woman who's approaching 30 get married? I've arranged everything for her, so tell her to come to the wedding now.
Sarah's already married.
Huh?
She got married 6 months ago and now lives on a remote island where her husband was born and raised.
What?
So you have to give up on having a wedding today.
Fine, then you can be the bride. Huh? Where are you? I'll pick you up right away. You'll get a marriage license right after the wedding today.
I'm only 15, you know.
What?
I'm a freshman in high school.
What?
I'm not old enough to get married yet by law, didn't you know?
Considering my husband's age, I thought you were older.
My sister and I are 14 years apart. After Sarah got married, I live in the high school dormitory.
Is that true?
Why don't you ask my father? I'm sure he'll remember how old his daughter is.
No way.
I mean, you've never talked about it with my father?
I wouldn't talk about his ex-wife's daughters unless I had to. I didn't even know the age of his first daughter until I was in the process of arranging the marriage.
You should have asked how old his second daughter was as well. Or maybe you should have asked the names of the first and second daughters first. After all, your plan was based on assumptions and misunderstandings.
Shut up.
Well, it's none of my business.
This is not good. What am I going to do then about today's wedding?
I'm sorry, but I'm about to board a ferry to a remote island where Sarah lives, so I'm afraid I won't be able to get a signal on my phone.
What? Hey, you don't have to get married right now. Just be the bride today. The thing is, your father's company is in financial trouble. The groom's parents are the only ones who can help him out of this crisis. That's why I need you to marry him.
I see. That's why you were trying to force the marriage. You said you wanted to do something for your daughter, something motherly, but in the end, it's all about self-interest, isn't it?
That's not true. I was doing it for your sake. You don't want your father's company to go bankrupt, do you? You know, when you inherit in the future, your share will be less.
As I recall, my late mother was the legal representative for me and my sister's disinheritance.
What?
My mother's family is rich. We don't need our scum father's inheritance. Well, goodbye now.
Hey, Karen, can we have a barbecue for dinner tonight? I got some fresh shellfish and fish from the islanders earlier. I'm thinking of grilling them together.
That's great. I'm near the supermarket now. If we're having a barbecue, do you want me to buy some vegetables or something?
That would be great.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it seems like Mom's lawyer contacted me this morning.
Oh, you mean about the wedding yesterday?
Yeah, I called her right back and she told me an interesting story.
Interesting story?
Apparently Dad's company is on the verge of bankruptcy after all.
So Mary was right.
And as a way out of the crisis, Mary offered her husband's oldest daughter to the son of the president of Dad's business partner, the 45-year-old shut-in son. and Dad was supposed to get financial support as a result of the marriage.
Wow. Oh, by the way, Mary said the man had nice skin for a 45-year-old. I guess it meant that he had no tan nor age spots because he's a shut-in man.
Maybe it meant that that's the only advantage he had.
That's not an advantage at all. That's too creepy. I mean, we both like healthy, macho guys, right?
That's right.
Your husband is a diving instructor.
He has a nice tan, doesn't he?
I can see he's your type.
Well, I don't need to talk about my husband right now, but even if I were single, I wouldn't want a 45-year-old shut-in man.
Me neither. There's no way you would agree to such an absurd marriage.
Maybe Mary thought that if I heard that Dad's company was going bankrupt, I would consent to it without a second thought.
Come to think of it, she was talking about inheritance when she was trying to persuade me. She's such a scumbag.
It's true, isn't it?
Oh. Speak of the devil, I got a text from her.
Oh no, are you going to reply?
No way. I'm going to block her. My mother's lawyer told me through my sister what happened to the scumbag woman. She was blamed for making a false marriage proposal based on her own assumptions. The groom's family apparently made her pay a fee. It seems that the groom's family demanded that she pay for the wedding and the honeymoon that she had booked on her own. The amount of money was not that much, but my father's company was on the verge of bankruptcy, so she had a very hard time paying back the money. And just as she finally finished paying it back, my father's company went bankrupt. They were saddled with a large amount of debt, and their gorgeous lifestyle took a turn for the worse. They're now both working and living in extreme poverty.
Hey Maddie, is now a good time? Hi Jane, sure. Thanks for inviting us to dinner tonight. Do you always cook those kinds of dishes? What do you mean those kinds? Like, roasted vegetables and gluten-free food. There wasn't a single meat dish. Yeah, lately we started going vegan and gluten-free. What? That's not good. Why not? My son Kevin works hard every day, If he keeps eating those plain dishes, he'll become too skinny. You should cook more meat dishes for him. I would like to do that, but his recent medical results showed signs of issues with his metabolism and sugar levels. We've been focusing on vegan and gluten-free diets. It's for his health, Are you saying my son is overweight? I don't think so. He has always been skinny ever since he was little. It seems like he gained quite a bit of weight since we got married. I know he loves to eat junk food while out, so I try to make sure that he eats healthy meals at home at least. I see, but he's still in his 30s. I don't think you have to restrict him from eating meat like this. Besides, he has always preferred meat over vegetables. I feel bad for my son. It's not like I'm restricting him from eating meat. There are some days when I cook meat dishes, but I still want my husband to stay healthy. Anyways, how many years has it been since you got married to my son? Well, it's been about 5 years, I think. See, it's been 5 years and you still haven't gotten pregnant. That's proof he needs to eat more meat. When I saw him the other day, he seemed quite tired for some reason. It's probably because you're stingy and only cook plain dishes, isn't it? I think it's because he worked late that day. Lately, he often comes home late at night because of work. I don't think so. I think it's because of what he eats. So, I had to stop by the house the other day and feed him. What? To boost my son's energy, I cooked his favorite steak for him. Steak? Yes, I bought finest meat just for him. He looked so happy and ate a lot that day. My husband is currently on a diet. See, here you go again. That's why, no matter how much time passes, you haven't gotten pregnant. Given how hard work already is, you should at least make something to boost stamina for Kevin. Isn't that what a wife is supposed to do? Yeah, as a wife, I take care of my husband's health. I prepare nutritious meals considering his health. I know you are concerned about him too, but I know what's best for him. Oh, shut up. I just want to see my grandchild soon. What? All my neighbors are having grandchildren one after another. How long are you planning to make me wait? I don't know what to say about that. Because you keep making meager meals for my son. I'm feeling miserable. Instead of dieting, you should put your priority on making grandchildren for me. Maddie, have you gotten pregnant yet?
No, I haven't gotten pregnant yet.
Huh? Still not pregnant?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Why are you being lazy? Hurry up and start making babies.
What? Why are you saying this out of nowhere?
My neighbor's eldest sons have only been married for 3 years. And you know what? They're welcoming a second child. When I heard that, I felt so frustrated. And on top of that, everyone in the neighborhood only talks about their grandchildren. They show me pictures and videos of their grandchildren and brag about how cute they are. The only picture I can show them is my dog. I can't help but be jealous.
I see.
I see? Don't you feel bad about me? So, how's it going? Tell me.
What do you mean, how is it going?
I'm asking if you're actively trying to get pregnant.
No, lately we are both busy, so it's not that easy. Besides, we have discussed that we don't need to rush into it.
What nonsense are you talking about? You're already over 30, aren't you?
So what? Nowadays, many people have children around the age of 40.
What? No. You'll be 40 in no time. As you get older, giving birth and raising children become more challenging. Giving birth is better when you're younger. I'm saying this for your own good.
Well, I appreciate that. I understand that you want to see your grandchild soon, but we're both busy and this is a personal matter for us.
I don't need excuses. Then why don't you quit your job and focus on trying to get pregnant? Can't you manage your life with just my son's income?
No, that's not possible.
Don't lie. Kevin works for a well-known company. He probably makes enough for 2 people.
I'm sure he does, but he's been spending too much these days. So there isn't as much financial flexibility as you might think.
What? Are you saying it's my son's fault?
Lately, it seems he's out drinking every night. I'm concerned about his health, and I've asked him to cut back, but he doesn't listen to me at all.
That's your fault, isn't it?
Why is it my fault?
A wife must create a comfortable environment for her husband to want to come home. Yet you're always nagging about dieting and complaining.
I'm not complaining every day.
Don't make excuses. Moreover, when he comes home, you only serve simple and plain meals every day. No wonder he doesn't want to come home.
I've told you before that sometimes I cook his favorite meat dish. I don't think I'm nagging that much. But last month, he spent over $1,500 just on drinking. If I weren't working, we wouldn't be able to make ends meet.
It's his money. He can spend it however he wants.
What I'm trying to say is, if he spends that much every month, I can't quit my job and raise a child.
Well, you're probably right. Instead of going out drinking all the time, he should come home early. I'll tell my son to go home as soon as possible. Maddie, you should also ease up on work and focus on trying to get pregnant.
But it's our decision to have a baby.
What? No, this is not just your issue. As my daughter-in-law, you need to bear a grandchild for us. And also, this is a good opportunity for you to get tested to see if you're infertile.
Infertility test?
If you're infertile, there's no point in being married to my son.
What? I think we can continue being a couple even if we can't have a child.
What are you saying? Are you trying to keep me from having grandchildren for the rest of my life? Anyway, just get tested, okay?
Well, I'll think about it.
Hey, Maddie. I heard you got tested. Why didn't you tell me about it?
Huh? Who told you about the test?
From my son, of course. I heard you're the reason why I still have no grandchild.
What? Hold on. Are you saying I'm infertile?
Yes. I can't believe you trying to hide it. You kept it from me because you didn't want to get divorced by my son, didn't you?
Not really. Did he really tell you that I was infertile?
My son told me everything.
I see, but I didn't keep quiet because I didn't want a divorce.
Oh, really? No wonder. I thought it was strange that you've been married for 5 years and haven't gotten pregnant. It turns out it's all your fault.
Jane.
He doesn't need a useless wife who can't bear children. I'm going to find a younger, more honest, childbearing wife for my son. You should divorce my son right away.
About that. We're already divorced, you know.
What? Already divorced? I just told him to divorce you because you're infertile.
I'm telling you, we are already divorced.
Wait, what do you mean by that?
He said he'd talk to you about it, so I left it up to him, but the story about me being infertile was his lie.
A lie? Wait, I don't get it.
I didn't want to deal with you anymore, so I let him handle it. I feel sorry for you, and I'll tell you the truth at this point.
There's no way that my son is lying.
Well, you'll have to hear me out before you decide if I'm lying or not. First, about the divorce.
I know my son dumped you.
It's the opposite. Haha. I've been thinking about bringing up the divorce for a while now.
What do you mean?
He was having an affair.
What?
I always felt something was off. He works for a well-known company, so if he worked overtime, he should have received overtime pay. Even though he claimed to work overtime every day, his salary remained the same. He told me he has to go out for work-related socializing. But when I happened to talk to one of his colleagues, they told me that no work-related socializing has happened recently.
So that means...
He lied about working overtime or attending work-related socializing. He was meeting his affair partner.
No way, not my son.
I didn't want to believe it at first either, but I wanted to know the truth, so I hired a PI. And it was confirmed that he was having an affair.
You hired a PI?
Yes, actually, he was madly in love with a stripper.
What? He goes to a strip club?
At first, his boss forced him to go, but then he got hooked. Eventually, my husband started going alone. He started meeting that woman privately, and there were pictures of them holding hands and entering a motel. On top of that, to support her financially, he secretly loaned money.
No way.
He borrowed money just to impress her. What a fool! Well, for a fat old man like him, he could only use money to get a young woman.
I can't believe it. My son having an affair with a stripper.
Well, it was fine until he was just going to places like that. In his case, it's clear cheating, and we have to get a divorce. I was foolish to believe he was working late. And that's not the only thing he lied about.
What? There's more?
We haven't talked about the main issue, about the test. Despite being insistent about it, did you forget? Haha.
Oh, yeah.
So, we both underwent fertility testing. We both thought there shouldn't be any issues. I was hoping that once we had a baby, he might stop cheating on me. But the results were surprising. I was fine, but he was infertile.
My son is infertile?
Yes. No matter how many times we tried, we couldn't conceive because of him.
That's a lie. How is it impossible that a man is infertile?
Did you really think that infertility is only for women?
Because it's the woman who gives birth to the child.
Infertility can also be an issue with men. I have the test results if you'd like to see them. If you want to see it right now, I can send you a picture.
Stop it. I don't need to see that.
Can you believe it? He was blaming everything on me while he was the reason why we still have no child. Haha. He's been spending all the money on a stripper, and on top of that, he's infertile.
What's so funny about it?
Don't you find it funny? You were calling me a useless wife. But the truth was, it's your son who is useless. Haha.
That's enough. Stop it. How could you disrespect your ex-husband like that? Besides, he's my son, so it's natural for me to believe what he says. Weren't you sad when you found out my son was infertile?
Not really. I don't care. We've already divorced.
Oh, my poor son. Even if he was infertile, there should be some treatments, right? If my son gets married to a young woman, it might work this time.
I don't think so. The doctor said it's absolutely impossible.
Oh no. So I won't be able to see my grandchildren for the rest of my life?
Unfortunately, that's how it is.
Then what about the successor to our family? My son is an only child. If my son can't have children, then there will be no heir to our family.
Why don't you adopt a child?
It doesn't make sense to have a child who isn't related to us.
I guess so.
You sound like you don't care about it.
Yeah, because it's not my problem. The rest is for you to discuss with your son. By the way, I'm demanding a full alimony payment from him.
Alimony?
Of course. We divorced because he cheated on me.
But my son is probably hurting now that he knows he's infertile. And on top of that, he's burdened with debt. Please don't do anything to push him into a corner like that.
I'm sorry to hear about your son's infertility, but the debt is his own fault. Well, I don't think I'll ever see you again. Goodbye.
Wait, Maddie. Please, I'm begging you, at least spare him the alimony. Maddie. I have a favor, please answer the phone.
What? Jane? I don't think there is anything to discuss with you anymore.
It's very important. I need to talk to you for a minute.
About what? I'm busy right now, so please keep it short.
I heard you got married again. Is that true?
Yes, I did.
I was wondering if we could adopt your child if you get pregnant.
What?
My neighbor just had her 3rd grandchild. I'm so jealous, it's driving me insane.
So, what does this have to do with my child?
I want you to let me hold a grandchild. I'm sure you're planning to get pregnant soon, right? In that case, I want to raise that child. Of course, I'll provide full support during your pregnancy. You can even stay at our place. You won't have to worry about living expenses, okay?
Jane, do you even realize how insane you're sounding? I divorced your son 2 years ago. And my child isn't even related to you by blood, so it won't be your grandchild.
At this point, blood relations don't matter. Anyway, I want to hold a baby and brag to the neighbors.
That's enough. Can you please not involve me, a complete stranger, in your ridiculous show-off?
Oh, come on, don't say that we are strangers. We used to be a family once.
Well, how about this? Your son gets married to a single mother. That would be a quick solution, right? That way the child would be your grandchild.
Well, my son has shut himself in his room and it's another problem that I'm facing.
What?
After the divorce, being demanded alimony, and ending up in debt, he got dumped by that stripper.
Well, as I expected.
He wanted to marry her, but she dumped him just like that. He was shocked, became reckless. He quit his job and is still unemployed.
I see. I don't think he'll ever get married again.
Right? That's why I have no one else to rely on but you, Maddie. If you get pregnant, promise you'll tell me first, okay? I'll raise the child with care. It's been my dream for so many years to hold a grandchild in my arms.
I'm sorry, but it's physically impossible for me to fulfill your dream.
What? Why?
I'm currently not in the States.
What? No way.
My current husband has been assigned to work abroad, so we're living as a family overseas.
As a family?
Yes, I already have a child. So I'm sorry, but you'll have to give up.
Oh no, my grandchild.
It's not your grandchild. Are we done? I'm busy, so I don't have time to listen to this nonsense.
Wait, please, Maddie. I apologize for everything I've said to you. Could you please let me meet your child at some point? I will wait until you come back here.
Absolutely not.
I won't ask for adoption anymore. At least let me hold the child in my arms.
No, I don't want anything to do with you anymore, so I'm going to block you. Goodbye. A few days later, I received a message from Jane's husband. He apologized for his wife causing trouble and expressing his regrets. It seems he has been distressed for a while about his wife's inappropriate behavior. He also told me that he finally decided to get a divorce. Now that Jane has gone through a divorce and her ex-husband has moved out, she finds herself in daily arguments with her son while grappling with her deep attachment to grandchildren. On the other hand, I am living overseas with my husband and our 1-year-old son. My first marriage was a disaster, but now I am surrounded by my loving family and couldn't be happier.
Can I have a word with you, Anastasia? What is it, Dorothy? It's starting to rain. Looks like it. The weather forecast didn't predict rain. What are you doing? Are you ready to pick him up?
Oh, my son is fine. He just got home from his lesson. I drove to pick him up.
What are you talking about? I'm talking about picking up Martin.
Martin? Don't worry, Martin always carries a folding umbrella.
A folding umbrella? Poor thing.
What?
A folding umbrella is just for emergencies, right?
Yes, that's why today is the day to use that, isn't it?
Men are bigger than women, so they will get wet if they only have a folding umbrella. You can pick him up at the station, can't you? Why don't you pick up Martin? He's your husband, isn't he?
Of course, he's my husband, but I don't know when he'll finish his work. Martin is not a child, so I'm sure he'll take care of himself. If he needs to be picked up, I'm sure he'll call me, and I'll go to the station then.
Are you still his wife? How can you neglect your precious husband so much? I used to pick up my husband with a big umbrella when it suddenly started raining.
I see. There were no convenient tools in the past, were there? Now, it's so easy to use the apps or make a phone call, so no need to worry about that.
Gosh, I'm stunned. Are you always so cold to Martin?
I don't mean to be cold. I think many wives do the same thing nowadays.
Regardless of what people say, you are Martin's wife. If you can't take care of him, I will ask you to leave him. I will not forgive you if you make my precious son unhappy. Remember that.
Okay, I will.
Anastasia, have you prepared dinner yet?
Not yet.
I thought so. I made Martin's favorite chicken curry today. Can you come and get them now?
Wow, that sounds delicious.
I didn't make it for you.
I'm sorry that you went to the trouble of making it for Martin, but I have to go out with Kent today, so I can't drop by.
Huh?
Besides, I'll be late today. I'll have Martin eat out and come home.
Wait a minute.
Yes?
You haven't even prepared dinner for your husband who works hard? What on earth are you thinking?
I'm supposed to go out with Kent.
Go where?
Kent's soccer team has a professional player. He's going to give Kent a private coaching session. It's a rare opportunity, so I decided to take it. Of course, Martin agreed with me.
I think he doesn't mean it that way.
What?
Martin has always been a sweet boy. You told him to go eat out, and he just couldn't say no. It's disgusting that you can't even notice that.
Actually, it was Martin who encouraged Kent to take coaching from a professional player.
Isn't it because he's afraid of you?
I don't think so. Martin loves soccer and he entrusts his dream to Kent. He told me to take a video of today's lesson.
That's how you're taking advantage of his kindness. It's unforgivable. I can't imagine how that boy feels while living his everyday life.
I don't think it's such a big deal. Martin is very supportive.
It's because that he is a kind man. If you ever step on his kindness, I won't forgive you. I'll have you divorce him then.
Divorce? That's too much. Dorothy, may I have a word?
Oh, how unusual. So early in the day. What is it?
You left food scraps in front of our house, didn't you?
Oh, how did you know?
Because I can see it from my window. You were wearing a hat and black sunglasses. I recognized you right away because you were hanging around in front of our house.
Oh, really? I can't help it now that you found out.
Did you think you wouldn't be found out? I recognized you in an instant. So why did you do that?
Well, the garbage collection point is close to your place, right? So I thought I'd ask you to take it there.
Are you sure about that?
What else could it be? Are you harassing me? Because yesterday I turned down a dish you made for Martin? Why would I harass you for that? I'm not that narrow-minded. That's rude. Are you being honest to me? Of course. The garbage collection point is close to my house, so I took it there. But please stop harassing me. That was very childish of you. I told you it's not like that. You're such a nasty wife. I'll tell Martin about this. I wonder why he got married to a horrible person like you. Anastasia, I'm sorry you've been through so much. I didn't know your mother was sick. I'm so sorry for your loss. Thank you, Dorothy. I hope you're feeling a little better now. I still have regrets when I think of my mother. I should have visited her, shown her how Kent has grown up, and also at least texted her more often. I understand. It's like that when your parent passed away. But fortunately, my cousin who lived nearby to take care of her, so I don't think she was lonely. That's the only thing that saved my heart from falling apart. You really have to thank your cousin. But I believe that your mother didn't think badly of you. She understood you very well. That's why she didn't say anything. I hope so. I think she cared about you more than anyone else. Yes, you're right. Thank you for cheering me up. No worries. Anyway, she left you her legacy too, right? Legacy? Yes. That house is your mother's, isn't it? Yes, indeed. It was my mother's house because my father passed away and the ownership was transferred to her. She left it to you, so you should be grateful. You're going to inherit it, right? I'm an only child, so I guess so. You don't have to worry about anything. You can take a good rest until you feel better. While you are resting, I'll take care of your parents' house. No, I can't let you do that. Don't be shy. I'm your mother-in-law. You should rely on me more. I have to file some important documents and so on, so I need to sort them out. I plan to live here for a while, so Martin has agreed to help me. My cousin lives nearby, so I really don't have to worry. You really don't have to worry about it. Just take some rest, okay? Dorothy, can I talk with you? I just heard from my cousin. What's wrong? While I was out, is it true that you went into this house with a home builder? Yes, I did. So it was really you. Why did you do that? Will you listen to me? Huh? Until Martin got married, I've been dreaming of living in a duplex. My husband and I would live on the first floor, and my son's family would live on the second floor. We would eat dinner together on the first floor. Of course, it is you who will cook. I'll enjoy my days by going to lunch, shopping, and learning some things in an elegant way. I've always longed for a life like that. Are you telling me that? Yes, I'm talking about renovating the house. I've been asking for advice on what to do because it's falling apart as it is now. What do you mean? Please don't do anything selfish. Because the house is already in your name, isn't it? Yes, it is now, but... Then why don't we just renovate it? What? Your inheritance is also mine. Excuse me? I'll be happy to move in with you. If you don't like it, you just need to divorce my son. Wait a minute, please don't be so selfish. So, if you don't like it, it's divorce then. Why are you making such a selfish decision? Neither Martin nor I have any intention of getting a divorce. Because you can't even take care of Martin. What? You don't pick him up from work. You don't prepare dinner if you have to do something with the kids and so on. I feel sorry for him. but I can take care of Martin well enough. I know him better than anyone else. It's a good solution for both Martin and for you. You were aiming for my mother's house. That's why after the funeral, you were being nice to me and offered me help to organize the house, right? That was the plan all along. That's not true. I sincerely wanted to cheer you up, Anastasia. Because if you were to stay mopey forever, Martin would be in trouble. I didn't want that to happen. How can you say such a terrible thing? What you did is a fraud. Stop saying terrible things. How dare you accuse me for fraud? This house was built by my father and protected by my mother. I will never let you do what you want. Anyway, I want you to hand over the ownership of the house. Why? It's obvious, isn't it? Because I want to change it to my name. And then, I'll rebuild the house into a stylish duplex of my choice. Bring me the deed within a week so I can get the paperwork done quickly. Did I make myself clear? Anastasia, where are you? Reply to me. Dorothy, how may I help you? What are you thinking? I came to get it because you haven't brought the deed after a week. Can't you even keep your promises? I'm going to change the house to my name and rebuild it into a duplex. So give me the deed quickly. The deed, huh? I'll pick it up today. What time are you coming back? I don't live in that house anymore. What? Then where are you? That's a secret. Huh? Are you kidding me? Wherever you are, bring me the deed immediately. I knew you didn't think well of me, but it's too much. What? You were planning to take away the house I inherited from my mother for your own selfish dream. I can't believe it. That's fine. You and I are family, and if we can make our dreams come true, we'll be happy. I'm not taking that house away from you. What are you so unhappy about? It seems you have no idea about my mother's living will. I don't understand what you're talking about. I don't care about your nonsense blabbering. Just tell me where you are. I mean, you don't even have to live there. Just bring me the deed as soon as possible. You're not going to get any further with a duplex, are you? That house has been sold. What? Why? We sold the house and decided to move out. Sold? What do you mean? My mother has been in the nursing home business all her life. In the future, we're going to tear down that house and build a small and cozy nursing facility. That's her dream. Huh? Just like you, my mother had a dream too. So after my mother's funeral, Martin and I discussed it. We had already bought a condo, so we had a place to live. In order to make my mother's dream come true, we decided to sell the house and have a nursing facility built for her. Are you an idiot? Why would you give up your inheritance without a second thought? I don't understand. This is to make my mother's dream come true. The cousin who took care of my mother works as a caregiver, just like my mother. That's why I could trust her with my mother's care. Your cousin? I really don't get it. Can you explain more? That cousin of mine has offered to be the director of the facility. She wants to follow in my mother's footsteps and take care of the patients. With my cousin's backing, we were able to make our decision. The contractor is scheduled to come in tomorrow to demolish that house. Tomorrow? No way! Why would you do such a selfish thing? Because I inherited the house from my mother. What I do with it is up to me, isn't it? Then what about my dream? Well, Martin is in favor of building a nursing facility. He said it would be great if we could build a good facility for those who need it. My dream! My duplex! I've already borrowed enough from the bank for the down payment I can afford. Huh? You borrowed money before you received the deed? You're not making sense at all. Does your husband know about that debt? Of course he doesn't know. What are you going to do then? You pay it. Huh? You're the one who canceled our duplex. You must pay for the money I borrowed as the consequence. Why should I pay? I'm the victim who was almost robbed of the house I inherited from my mother, remember? It's a strange story. Then what am I supposed to do? First of all, how can I explain to my husband? I don't know anything about that. I guess you'll just have to be honest with him. What did you say? You were trying to take over the house I inherited from my mother and borrowed money for the down payment to tear it down and build a duplex. But the down payment has gone to waste, so you need help to pay the debt. Are you an idiot? My husband will get angry if I say that. Come up with a better excuse. A better excuse? I've had enough. You tried to take over the house I inherited. What's your excuse? I could file a damage report with the police. The home builder will be the guarantor. Are you trying to turn me into a criminal? I won't allow such a thing. If you don't want to be reported as a criminal, please tell your husband the truth. That's the least you can do. You and your husband will decide what to do about the debt. Oh no. You won't help us with anything? Actually, we decided to sell the condo we were living in and move out. Huh? You didn't tell me that either. This was Martin's suggestion, and it was decided on short notice. My son's suggestion? Yes, let me speak on his behalf. Mom, you've been harassing Anastasia all this time, haven't you? Anastasia never told me, but I knew. And I can't believe you would try to take over the house that Anastasia's parents left for her. I just can't forgive you. I want to get rid of you already. So I've decided to sell the condo and use the money to move to an unknown place and start over from scratch. That's what Martin said. He really said that? There's no way that boy would say something like that. If you think he's lying, you can go to the condo and check later, because it's already empty. Huh? We're at the airport right now. We'd like to start a new life with our 3 children somewhere unknown to you. I know it's a lot of work, but I believe we can manage it together. Wait, are you leaving me? That's what we've decided to do. We will do our best, so please don't be discouraged and hang in there. We may never see each other again, but we wish you the best. Such a sudden... Wait! Don't leave me! Take me with you! It doesn't make sense if we take you with us. Don't say that! We're family, right? We're not a family anymore because we've already cut ties with you. Now, if you'll excuse me, take care. Wait, Anastasia! After that, Dorothy was scolded hard when her husband found out about the whole thing, and then she was divorced. She had gotten into millions of dollars in debt without even knowing it. It was understandable that her husband was angry. He had always been fed up with her selfishness. He finally came to his limit this time. Dorothy will pay back the money she borrowed for the down payment on the house by herself. After being evicted from the house, Dorothy looked for a job as a live-in worker. She's earning money by going to work every day while living in a very small room. As for us, we signed the lease for an apartment in the new place. Martin has got a new job too. We will decide what to do after living there for a while. I told my father-in-law about this place secretly, so he will come to see me next month. Now that my mother has passed away, a new wind has started blowing for me. I will do my best to look forward firmly so that my mother will be proud of me.
Hey Nara, are you busy tomorrow? I'm thinking of hitting the mall, the one we used to go to ages ago. You up for it? Just chilling and no big plans. The mall? Cool, but why not go shopping with Meg instead? She's your fiancée. Checking out stuff for your love nest on a date sounds fun, I think. This is the most exciting time. Why go to the mall with me? She might think you're too attached to your sister. Nah, she's not like that. I mean, you came back from Germany just for our wedding, you know? You took time off for me even though work's crazy, right? I care about my sister, that's all. Isn't it cool to hang out sometimes just as siblings? Are you heading back right after the wedding? Let's make the most of our time together before that. What do you think? Meg mentioned she was going shopping with her mom too. Last moments as singles, spending time with family sounds good, right? Well, yeah, you're right. Okay, let's go. Great, it's settled then. How about after the mall, we grab dinner at that Italian place you love? Hey, hold up. Are you trying to fatten me up? If I can't fit into my dress for the wedding, it's all your fault, okay? Okay, deal. I'll pick up noon tomorrow. Looking forward to it. What the heck? Unbelievable! What are you talking about? You said you were meeting up with your sister you haven't seen for a while, but I had a feeling something was fishy. You took advantage of me being out with my mom. Who did you go to dinner with? Don't try to play dumb. I saw you with my own eyes. Who was that curvy girl? I didn't know you were into that kind of girl. We're getting married this weekend, and you blatantly cheated on me. I'm not the kind of woman who just cries and backs off after being cheated. I'll make sure that girl knows who she's messing with. I bet that curvy girl must have learned her lesson. I gotta say, I did a good job. Her cheek was so plump and soft when I slapped her. It felt so good that I wanted to keep slapping her. On top of that, she had no balance, so she stumbled and fell over. She mustn't have been working out at all. I feel amazing. It's payback for hurting me. Boom, yeah. Babe, are you listening? That girl looked quite a bit older up close. If you want to cheat, shouldn't you choose someone a bit more decent? That much older. I'm embarrassed. Wanting to marry me means you have a reasonably high standard. Thinking I'm being compared to that girl, it really pisses me off. You better tell her right now that you're breaking up with her. And as an apology to me, pay me $20,000 for the emotional damage. Oh, and yeah, I want some new shoes too. If you agree to the condition, I guess I'll still marry you. But your trust level is 0 from now on. After we're married, I'll be monitoring your every move with GPS. 5 checking calls a day, and oh yeah, we are living with my parents. Just my watchful eye might not be enough. And if you have any extra money, you might be tempted to play around with it. So hand over your entire paycheck to me. You're not in a position to say no, okay? So hurry up, break up with that girl and apologize to me. Meg, explain yourself. What's with that attitude? Doesn't sound like you're feeling remorseful. What's there to feel remorse about? I don't get it. Where are you? I don't have an obligation to tell you. But, well, if you kneel and beg for forgiveness, I might consider it. I read your messages. Are you okay? I was speechless. It was full of delusions. Delusions? Right back at you. How audacious. Listen, this isn't hearsay. I saw you guys with my own eyes. Making lame excuses is just pathetic. Such a coward.
I told you I was going out with my sister. That was definitely her.
Are you making a fool out of me? I told you I witnessed your cheating. Stop making excuses.
Jeez, how many times do I have to say it? I'm not lying.
You know, I've met your sister, remember? I know what she looks like. The woman I saw looked nothing like her. A full-figured girl. Your sister has a nice figure like me and looks more like a successful career woman. There's no way she's like that big girl.
Wait a sec. She's been living in Germany and her boyfriend's local. She mentioned she gained a happy weight by adapting to his eating style.
Huh?
She joked about gaining weight from going out on dinner dates and being in love. I love how she looks now. She seems truly happy.
Do you really think that kind of excuse will work for me? I can't just pack up extra pounds like that even if I tried. Your sister either.
Didn't I tell you she got a boyfriend?
Sort of. I mean, that and that curvy girl have no connection at all. Turning your sister into larger size and lying about it is outrageous. If she finds out, she'll definitely take my side, you know? Enough already, just apologize.
There's no reason for me to apologize.
I don't remember you even being such a pain in the neck. Jeez, have you been hiding your true colors? Even then, I'm offering to be your wife, so come and apologize already. Oh, by the way, you better not come empty-handed, okay? I'm willing to accept a losing ticket. I'm really generous, you know. Be grateful.
You've been saying all that terrible stuff, but I'm not even cheating in the first place.
Shush! What if I change my mind? I'm saying I'll forgive you now. Hurry up!
I'm not lying. Listen carefully.
Still trying to fool me? Persistent, huh?
The woman I was with was my sister. The one who fell and got injured because of you was my sister. Seriously, how can you attack someone without confirming who they are? If you really remember her so well, wouldn't you have recognized her voice? Even if her weight changed, she still has a mole by the corner of her eye, you know? It'll be easy to confirm, but attacking without knowing anything, that's just barbaric.
Enough! 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 Look who's talking back! At this rate, you won't get to marry me, get it? I won't accept you.
This is going in circles. Basically, even if I'm not at fault, if I apologize, you'll tell me where you are, right?
You're starting to get it. It's troublesome that you lack understanding. First, make a video of yourself acknowledging how much you've hurt me and apologizing for your actions. Post it on social media for everyone to see. If you do that, well, I might consider telling you where I am. You're not arguing, so you're accepting, right? I'm on my way to my family's house now. I'll stop to have lunch before, so I should arrive in about an hour. That should be enough time to post on social media, right? And when it's done, come over quickly for the final discussion. Oh, and don't forget about the money. You won't get forgiveness for free. The world doesn't work like that. Babe, I've been checking your social media, but what's up? There's nothing posted. Don't you know what to say? Want me to think of something for you? You're a handful. Come over here and post what I tell you on your account.
Nope, not gonna post. Jeez, you're insolent. Who cares about posting on social media? I'm not planning to apologize in the first place.
Quit messing with me!
I know where you're now, so I've filed a complaint.
Wow, you're shameless! If anyone's filing a complaint, it's gonna be me! I didn't want to involve your family, but oh well, I'm gonna talk to your sister. I'll tell her you treated her as a bigger-sized girl. She'll definitely be shocked. She'll have my back, and in the end, you'll be the one apologizing. Hi, Nala. Long time no see. It's Meg. Before coming to see you, I guess we'll catch up over text. I just have to talk to you about Philip before I see you. He's being a jerk. Even though he's with me, the beautiful fiancée, he's cheating. And get this, the other girl is full figure. When I confronted him, guess what? He said it was you. What a terrible lie. I know you have a slender figure just like me. Not only am I mad that he's trying to cover up his cheating, but treating you as a larger-sized woman. Seriously? As a beautiful woman, you'd understand how I feel, right? Let's punish him together. Can you at least tell him something from your side? Tell him to apologize to me and bring compensation. Wait, have you been abroad for so long that you forgot English? You can read this, right? Even if it's a huge shock, you can type some words, right? What's going on? Surely, you're not trying to defend your cheating, lying brother, right? I can't understand if you stay silent. Write something, please. I guess you're taking his side, but at this rate, we won't be marrying, you know. Your cute little brother's gonna end up being devastated. You'll have a good look like me and have a good job. I thought you were smart, too. I guess just like Philip, a family of scum is all scum, huh? Disappointing. I can imagine you guys racking your brain you don't even have over filing a complaint and making a big fuss about claiming compensation. So lame. Are you so messed up in the head that you can't even tell who's the victim anymore? Let me give you a reality check. The one at fault here is Philip. He caused me immense pain. Besides, a curvy girl like that wouldn't get hurt from just a fall. It's like her body is surrounded by cushions and bounces back. It's laughable to mention filing a complaint when there wasn't even an injury. Before complaining, she should try to look like me.
Cut it out already, will ya? I thought you were too quiet, then I checked Nala's phone. What's up with this? I told you, because of you, she fell or broke a bone and can't move.
Yeah, sure. If you can keep up the act for that long, it's quite something. Maybe aim to be an actor. Oh, wait, you probably won't make it big.
All those disrespectful messages you sent to her, I'll reply instead. The complaint has been filed.
For what?
I shouldn't have to explain this so many times. Don't you get it? I explained the whole situation to your parents too. Marriage is definitely off the table. I made it clear we are demanding compensation for Nala and the cancellation of the wedding.
Why should I pay you guys?
Oh God, you need the same explanation from scratch again? Seriously, enough. Reread the message history.
No, wait! That curvy girl, she's really Nala?
Give me a break. After telling you all that, you still can't believe it?
way! Seriously? Philip? Don't just ignore me! The moment I got home, my parents were furious with me. I explained the situation, but they're saying I'm not their daughter anymore. I kind went overboard. I got carried away because I love you so much, you know. If you could explain things to them, I think they'd understand. You must be worried about me too, right? I mean, I've been doted on by my parents all my life. You were talking about filing a complaint, but wouldn't you hate to have a wife with a record? Think about it. You and I and Nala were family, right? Within the family, labeling each other as victims and perpetrators. Maybe it's too dramatic, right? Agree? Babe, can't you just answer the phone for once? If this is payback for me, I think it's more than enough already. Okay, I get it. I'll forgive you. I'll even admit that Nala's your figure now. Right, let's just forget about it, okay? Cheer up. I'll let it all aside. So, you'll withdraw the complaint, won't you? I'll be a good wife, you know that, right? If we get married just as planned, both our families will be happy. I'm bending over backward here. Right? Please reply! I'm begging you! Is your phone out of battery? You know how much I hate being ignored, right? Are you being mean to the person you're gonna marry? I'm worried about our future. Is it okay if I change my mind?
Fine, go ahead, change your mind.
What that's supposed to mean?
I'm saying we're not getting married. I don't even want to.
Wow, who do you think you are?
You're such a pain. I'm done. Bye.
Wait, we're not done talking yet.
Hey Nala, how's the rehab going?
Yeah, it's going well. Sorry for making you worry, but thanks for asking.
You don't have to apologize.
The bruises are healing now, and it's just a matter of rehabbing to full recovery.
I feel pathetic for almost marrying a woman like that. I lack judgment.
True.
I feel so bad about it.
It's okay. I was called a big a lot. But this injury might help me lose some weight.
Don't do it in an unhealthy way.
I'll hit the gym from now on and get stronger out of frustration. Gotta protect myself, you know.
Seriously, I'm sorry.
It's fine. You found out her true colors now, so that's good.
I talked to her parents too. I've decided not to withdraw the charges and make sure she takes full responsibility. Is that okay?
If that's what you want. She's still young. It'll be a pity to tarnish her future. But she seems clueless. It might be for her own good. I hope she reevaluates herself.
Yeah, I don't know if she'll ever understand though. Both you and I got hurt. That's a fact.
What about the cancellation charge for the wedding?
Her parents covered it. They sent over money for restitution recently. I transferred it to your account. Oh, but don't worry. They plan to recover everything from Meg, so don't stress about it and just take it. They're pretty fed up with her too.
Really? Sounds like she's got a tough time ahead of her. But you know, considering her personality, don't you think she might show up out of the blue?
Yeah, that's a good point. I was worried about that too. It's okay. I took some precautions to ensure that won't happen. That's a relief. It must have been a scary experience. Yeah, she came at me out of nowhere and didn't let me explain anything. And I was repeatedly called a big girl. It hurt my feelings. That won't happen again. I won't allow it. So, that's resolved then? Yeah. By the way, you're quite delayed in going back. Is everything okay?
Indeed, this trip turned out to be longer than planned.
Your boyfriend must be missing you.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, I feel bad for him too.
So, here's the thing. He's planning to take some time off to come and see me.
Wow! Then let's go eat together. The three of us.
That sounds good. He'll be happy too.
All right, let me research where to go.
I have a request.
Oh, you know where you want to go?
IHOP and the diner we used to go to.
Huh? Don't you want to go somewhere more upscale?
He wants to try the typical American food, you know? I normally eat good sausages, cheeses, and stuff with him in Germany. That's why I gained a bit of weight.
It's called pure happiness. All right, let's stuff ourselves together.
This is such a different conversation from the old times.
Isn't it great though? I love seeing you enjoying a meal. Way better than Meg pretending to be a light eater. I think your boyfriend agrees.
Jeez, I don't want to get curvier than this.
Yeah. I'll look for some other good places. A month after cutting contact with Meg, her parents came to see me again. They wanted to express their sincere apologies once more, and also reassure me that Meg won't bother us again. She moved in with them at once to save money and repay the restitution they fronted. They wanted to punish their daughter severely and arranged for a live-in maid through distant relatives. The head of the affluent yet austere household made strict rules, including a complete ban on internet usage and no access to smartphones. As for me, I had great times with Nala and her boyfriend. During one of the dinners, he got on his knees and proposed to her. While my own wedding turned into an illusion, I couldn't be happier about them getting married. Nala, now engaged, advised me, "Don't choose a woman based on appearances. It's essential to build trust from the heart. Couples who truly love each other can overcome any obstacle." I cross my fingers for an encounter like that someday.
Janet, that fancy dress in your room? What is that? It's a fancy floral pattern, and the sleeves and length are too short. It's inappropriate for a married woman to wear such a flashy dress. I confiscated your dress for you. You should try to wear modest dress, okay? Huh? Sarah? Did you enter this side of the house again without permission? It's connected only by a staircase that's unlocked. Just because it's a two-family layout doesn't mean you can enter without permission. Moreover, you entered the room and stole the dress. Please return my dress right now. Stealing? I'm just educating you. You're a married woman trying to seduce a man with such flashy clothes. I'm just educating you, you insolent daughter-in-law. I didn't keep it for myself to wear. As you know, I work as a designer, so I have a lot of clothes. I have dozens of dresses. So what? You design these disgusting clothes. Your work is vulgar. Who walks around in those vulgar clothes? I know who it is. I know that you stole the clothes from my room and wear them. You often go out with your friends for shopping and coffee. What? And I hate to say this, but we don't have such bold mini lengths and short sleeves. We're more of an elegant brand for adults. If it's too short, then it's simply not the right size. What do you mean? Speak up! Can I say it? It means you are very fat. Huh? Well, it's true that I've been a little concerned about it lately, but I can tell without being told that you stole these clothes and wear them without permission. The fabric and elastic are unusually stretched and so on. If you force yourself to wear clothes that don't fit, the design will be ruined and it won't look good. I suggest you wear a size that is right for you. I understand. I can just return it. I'll bring it back later. Yes, please return it today. What a cheeky daughter-in-law. I don't know if you're a designer or not, but you don't have much work to do anyway. You're so bossy. You don't steal people's things. I think it's common sense. Even elementary schoolers could understand that. Shut up! You really are a cocky daughter-in-law. Janet, I got rid of all the vulgar clothes in your room. Huh? I thought it was lunch break, so I opened my phone and suddenly, what? You can't be serious, can you? Of course I'm serious. I think they're probably being burned at the garbage disposal site by now. Huh? What the hell are you doing? Could it be all the clothes I was making and hanging on the form? Of course! I got rid of all the vulgar clothes. And by the way, all the papers that were around. Clothing design drawings? No way, oh my god. That was something I was drawing for work. I'm telling you that work is vulgar. Huh? You quit your work. If you think about it, you're cheeky. I think it's because you're in a flashy world like the apparel industry. You seem to think you're so smart just because you can make some clothes. But the clothes you make are gaudy and vulgar like garbage. Only a whore would wear those clothes. As a wife, a pair of sweatshirts, jeans, and an apron are enough. I threw away all those fancy, non-functional trash clothes. I bought you clothes that are appropriate for a wife instead. From now on, you are to wear it. You are a wife too. You have a lot of gaudy clothes. I'm fine. Besides, my oldest son, Bob, and my second son, Zach, both of my sons are interested in the apparel industry and are actually working in it. And yet, if I, as their mother, am not a fashion-conscious and attractive woman, it would be a disservice to them and to the world. That's why I'm fine. So I don't need to worry about what I wear because I'm married? Yes, especially you. It's a disturbing concept for educating wife. Huh? Educating wife? I'm saying that as the wife and the daughter-in-law of this house, I will discipline you. You are to sleep on our side of the household starting tonight. Oh, and that you're to report your resignation to the company before you come back. I got rid of all the clothes in your room, so you wouldn't be able to work even if you wanted to. You took the liberty of getting rid of my clothes for that? That's right. So you'll have to resign, right? That's right. Nonsense. Huh? I have to go to a client after lunch, so if you'll excuse me. Nonsense? I will not tolerate your outbursts against me, your husband's mother. I thought I would start in earnest tomorrow, but I've changed my plans. Starting today, I will thoroughly educate you. You go home prepared. I know all about your shallow wiles. You think you fooled me, but you haven't. Last night, I thought you didn't come home. I was right. You came back in the early morning. You seem to be sneaking around, but I can easily spot you when I see your car. And since you got home early in the morning, I can't believe you slept until this hour. What a slovenly person. If you are the wife of the family, you should get up at 5 a.m. every morning to make breakfast for your husband. What's more unforgivable is this red wine I found in the kitchen. It's really outrageous that you would buy something so extravagant. The wife should just drink tap water. It is unforgivable that you would buy such a luxury item without telling your husband. I couldn't help but lose my temper and pour wine on you while you were sleeping. But this time of year, I'm sure it would have been enough to get to the core of your body. The blanket got wet, and now you can't go back to sleep. That's right. Let's do this every morning. It's a perfect custom to signal the start of a day of your education. Okay then, it's decided. Starting today, I will educate you. I'll pour red wine over your head to wake you up in the morning. What? Sarah? Come on. Get up quickly and come to the kitchen on our side of the house. I was on a business trip last night and didn't come home. Huh? After texting you yesterday afternoon, I flew to LA branch. So I'm at a business hotel in LA right now. To LA? On a business trip? Huh? Didn't I tell you? Janet, what are you talking about? I won't allow such excuses just because you don't want me to educate you. Just get on with it and come to the kitchen on our side. I'm in LA, so I can't. You're lying because your car is in the garage. I didn't use it yesterday, so it must have been sitting there all day. Huh? But you always sleep in the room next to the living room, don't you? That's where you were sleeping. Could it be Zach? Huh? Zach? Bob and Zach, both brothers, are off duty today. Last night, they said they'll stay with our side because they're going to play a game. Huh? Also, they asked me if they could borrow a blanket for visitors and sleep in the other room. I usually sleep there. I'm not home, so no problem. I said okay. I don't know about the wine. Didn't they buy it for them to drink together? Huh? Then I poured wine over... Did you pour it on him without even looking at him? Because I was afraid that if I stayed too long, they would fight back. I poured wine on him and immediately ran away to the other side of the house. Could it be that... Wouldn't it be better to go and check immediately who you have poured red wine on? No way! Janet, you've caused me a lot of trouble. Come back quickly and reflect on what you've done. I don't know what I should be sorry for. Can you please stop blaming others? You have a lot to be sorry for. If only you had quit your job and educated yourself. You meant to say that it was supposed to be me, not Zach, who had wine poured on him this morning. That's right. That's what was supposed to happen. It's an education for you, so it should have happened, and yet... Zach apologized to me on the phone. Huh? Because of that, Zach is resigning. What? What do you mean? How can pouring wine on Zach by mistake lead to his resignation? Well, because his mother was bullying the president of his own company. What? The president? If I were in his position, I would have felt the same responsibility. Wait a minute, Janet. What are you talking about, the president of his company? Yes, you're right. I should just reveal it already. Until now, I didn't talk about it because of Bob and Zach's intention, but... So what? The president of the apparel company that Bob and Zach work for. Actually, it's me. What? The company was originally started by a small group of people, including me as the main designer. Thankfully, the company became popular and grew in size. We were able to afford to hire employees like Bob and Zach. Now I work as the president and designer. Why did you keep such an important thing from me? If you know that your daughter-in-law is in a superior position to your own two sons, he said that you would likely bully me. Bob and Zach both suggested to me before we got married that we should wait and see how things would turn out. But in the end, you said, I'm going to educate my daughter-in-law. You were so excited that you poured red wine on me. Zach was so shocked to see his mother's foolishness that he said he was so sorry that he was resigning from his job. Oh no! Of course, Zach is an excellent employee. I tried to dissuade him, telling him that if he quit now, it would be a big blow to the company. Oh, I see. So he is not going to do something stupid like resigning, isn't he? How can you say that in your position? Why don't you think about who did the stupidest thing? Zach is a full-fledged man. The fact that he would take responsibility for your actions, even to the point of resigning from his job, shows that he has a great deal of determination. I thought about allowing him to do so without penalty, or even reducing his salary or demoting him. But in the earnest and honest mind of Zach, there was no way he could be okay with that. So for that reason, I'm going to fire your son. What? Fired? Zach asked me to fire him. Otherwise, it would be embarrassing to continue our relationship as brother and sister-in-law. He wants to make sure that he gets his comeuppance. So I decided to respect his wishes and fire him. Technically, it's not a disciplinary dismissal, but a voluntary resignation. He will receive severance pay and other benefits. Zach asked me to make it a disciplinary action, but I didn't give in. We both agreed, and this is the result. But whose fault is it that we ended up like this in the first place? You understand, don't you? Oh my God! I can't believe Zach resigned because of me. To apologize to someone like you and ask you to let him go? I can't believe you made him do such a humiliating thing. Are you still saying that? Sarah, you still don't understand the gravity of what you've done. You're just making this bigger than it is. I don't know if you're the president or what, but get over yourself. I won't allow you to disrespect Zach any longer. It's not just Zach. This goes for my husband Bob too. Huh? Even Bob? Bob's resignation hasn't been accepted yet. After he finishes dealing with the massive loss that you've incurred, he will resign from the company. I beg your pardon. What loss? I just poured wine on Zach. Don't tell me you've forgotten already. It's all the clothes you threw away. Huh? I'm sure they're probably in ashes in the landfill by now. Including the unpublished design drawings, they were company property. I'll make sure you're to compensate for the damage. What? Compensation for damages? What do you mean? Zach and Bob will discuss the details with your husband tonight. At that time, please have your two sons explain to you. They longed to be in the apparel industry and fulfilled their dream to join my company. But because of you, their dreams were cut short by you, even though they were outstanding employees. Huh? Wait a minute. Is it my fault? I would have liked to be there if I could, but unfortunately, I'm in LA right now. Now, if you'll excuse me. Please, it was my fault. So please don't make me pay for the damages. That's impossible. It's not a personal decision. It's a company-wide decision. It's crazy of you to take money from my family. Family? Didn't you discuss this with them? Of course we did, but I can't stop it, so I'm asking you to do it. Zach is trying to protect his girlfriend, whom he is currently dating, from you bullying her. He's going to be taken into her family, and he's going to start all over again, looking for a job from scratch. And Bob and I will end our cohabitation at the end of this month. That's what you heard too, right? Can't you understand that we don't consider you a family member anymore? Not only that, even my husband. He started saying he was divorcing me. I've already heard that too. Your husband's decision surprised me too, but I don't blame him. Why? Don't you understand? I don't understand. We've been a successful family all this time. Is that really true? What? I can't say much, but I only know what I've heard from Bob and Zach. But you, as a mother and a wife in this family, have you ever thought about how well you were able to fulfill that role? I'm always perfect. Well, I'm not sure that's a good answer. What? No, I don't think you'd take this very well if I told you, so I'm not going to do it. What? What is that? Who do you think you are? Say it, Janet. I think it's best if you realize it yourself, so I won't say it. What? Since we are no longer living together, I will not be visiting your side of the house for the remainder of the term. We'll be filing a formal claim for damages as soon as possible. Wait a minute. Let bygones be bygones, and stop with the compensation. Then, don't dismiss my sons. And tell my husband and sons to desist. If they leave, who will make the money? I won't be able to make a living. I'll make sure I get along with you from now on, so please don't leave. I think that's your problem, isn't it? Huh? Well, I know it's a little early to say this, but thank you for everything. Hey, Janet! Bye. After that, first of all, we dissolved our cohabitation with my mother-in-law. After the standstill, my parents-in-law's divorce was finalized. As for the damages from my company, they paid me back in one lump sum with the money from our property division. As a result, she lost her living expenses and she was left alone, started working part-time in tears. However, she had never worked before and seemed to be stressed by being supervised by a boss who was younger than her. She had been getting into trouble at her part-time job, resigning from her job and moving from one place to another. After the compensation case was settled, my husband resigned from the company as he declared. I thought it was a little too harsh, but Zach also quit because he took responsibility. He resigned, saying that he would learn from his older brother's example and give himself a clean bill of health. Now Bob is working hard with Zach to launch a new brand.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.